Hello guys, do you know your eyesight are getting weaker every single day? It's not because of age, but it's because of something you are doing right now without realizing it. This silent habit is silently destroying millions of people's vision worldwide. And if you don't stop it now, you could lose your vision much faster than you ever think. But right in this video, I'm going to reveal to you the shocking reasons why your visions are getting weaker every single day and what you can actually do to protect your eyes before it is too late. If this is the first time of you watching my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and comment on my video. And if you are a returning subscriber, I pray God bless you. I'm still that your humble brother and your friend, Stephen Oluwatumininu. 10 hidden reasons why your eyesight are getting weaker every single day. Let me start by citing to you scenario of a 45-year-old man. This man walked into the clinic last week. He was shocked that he could barely read text messages on his phone. He initially thought it was age that was catching up with him, but on examination of his eyes, we made him to understand that it was not issue of age, not an issue of age, but it was as a result of the habit that he has been silently involved in, without him realizing it, that this habit has been destroying his vision silently and he never knew. And what baffles me most is millions of people today still get involved in this habit and practices, and that is why majority of people's visions are getting weaker on everyday basis. Now, do you know that nobody wants to die, but we all want to go to heaven? That is, nobody wants to get blind, but each and every one of us get involved in practices and the habits that can quickly and easily make us to get blind. What we call the ordinary things are the extraordinary things. The point I'm going to share with you might look simple, but they are extraordinary things. They are the things that can easily make you to lose your vision with a very short period of time. The first one I shall be talking about is dust and air pollution. Almost every one of us experience this. Do you know that when dust particles get into your eyes, or smoke either from charcoal, coal pot, even from car exhaust, any smoke that produces carbon monoxide can be an irritant to the eyes. Dust particles and smoke that causes air pollution causes an irritation to our eyes, especially to the thin lining surfaces of the eyeball called the conjunctiva, and as well the cornea, which we are seeing as this part, black part of the eye. It causes irritation to this part, resulting into redness, watering discharge, itching, and even purulent eye discharges. And what we don't know is the moment you see your eye discharging or your eyelid gets stick together, maybe on waking up in the morning, it is not something to be ignored. Eye discharge is one of the most dangerous symptoms in the eye that can easily cause blindness. I do, compare it with a wound that is decaying. When a wound is decaying, when it's not healing, instead of healing, when it starts decaying, it will be producing pus. That is exactly how eye discharge is in the eye. Anything that can trigger inflammation, causing redness, causing itching, watering discharge, and purulent eye discharge is very, very dangerous to your eyesight and can easily lead to blindness. Another thing is dust contain bacteria that also triggers an inflammation or inflammatory reaction, also infection in the eye that result into these purulent eye discharges I'm talking about, even itching, redness, and watering discharge. And all these things are very, very dangerous to your eyesight, and they easily lead to visual impairment and finally blindness, or easily gradual loss of vision that could make your vision to be getting weaker almost every single day. Another one is watching screen in a dark environment. Our pupil usually regulate the amount of light that is entering the retina. When you are watching screen in the dark, the light source is only from the screen and the environment is dark. The pupil will be widely dilated in an attempt to capture more light so that you can see clearly what you are trying to watch on the screen. This widely dilatation of the pupil usually obstructs the drainage angle, because the drainage angle is located right at the root of the iris, and when the drainage angle is being obstructed, there will be continuous production of aqueous while the drainage will be impaired. This leads to accumulation of aqueous humor, which when it is persistent, it leads to increased intraocular pressure, and when there's increased intraocular pressure for a long period of time, it destroys the optic nerve that transfer a visual signal from the eye to the brain for interpretation, and this will easily make your vision to be getting worse every single day. Another one is eye self-medication. I have been saying this on and on. Let me cite to you the scenario of a man that came to the clinic. This happened about 2 years ago. This man had trauma to his eyes when he was playing football on the field. Instead of him going to the nearby clinic, he walked down to a pharmacy to go and purchase eye drop because his eye was red and swollen. On getting to the pharmacy attendant gave him an eye drop, which on getting to his house, he instilled the eye drop. But funny enough, 2 hours after the installation of the eye drop, he could no longer see again. He was having a serious photophobia. He could no longer focus at the sun outside. All the vision became foggy. He was having persistent headache and serious eye discomfort. He was now brought to the clinic. On examination of his eyes, I now realized that the pupils were widely dilated. I know that the trauma he had to his eyes should not go to the extent of causing this widely dilated pupil, because if it's as a result of trauma, that trauma will have caused a laceration to the eyeball. I now asked him, have you instilled any eye drop in your eyes? He said yes. Can you remember the name of the eye drop? He could no longer remember. I now suggested to him, is it atropine? He said exactly. I said, the funny aspect of it is you will not be able to see until after 2 weeks. He thought I was playing. Atropine is a long-acting cycloplegics that we usually use in some conditions preoperatively, postoperatively, and some conditions. The people giving you all this drug in the pharmacy, they knew nothing about eyes. They are not eye specialists. Majority of them are not even medical practitioners, and you go to them for self-medication. When you have any symptoms in your eye, don't forget to just go to the nearby clinic for adequate examination and prompt treatment to be given to you. One thing about eye illness is the faster or earlier it is detected, the better the prognosis will be. Please, let's take note of this. Another one is eye dangerous practices. I've been saying this on and on, and it is very common in our environment. Especially when an infant eye is discharging, I notice people, they will say go and put breast milk in the eye, that, it will go. Some will tell you when they are having itching or any discomfort in the eye, they will say go and put aloe vera fluid. Some will say go and put honey. Some will say go and put, camphor, sulfur, different kind of practices. All these, I call them evil practices to the eye that can easily cause blindness. And people never knew this. I have been saying this story of a man that had gonorrhea. And one of his friends now told him that when he wake up in the morning, he should use his urine to wash his face. One thing that he never knew, he was suffering from conjunctivitis that we popularly call Apollo. That was his problem. And he was being advised to use his first urine to clean the face that it will go. He never knew he had gonorrhea infection because it was just surfacing. This man now used the urine that has been infected with gonococcus infection to wash his face. Do you know this man lost his sight? By the time he was brought to the clinic, the eye has already totally been infected. That time he was seriously having endophthalmitis, which is the total infection of the eyeball. We were able to battle with the infection, but the truth of the matter is the eye got healed with scar replacing the cornea. Light don't travel through an opaque medium, and that was how blindness set in. He lost the two eyes. This is just one of the consequences of dangerous eye practices. Please, let's take note. Irrespective of what we might be going through or the discomfort we are having in our eyes, let's just go near to the nearby clinic for adequate attention and prompt treatment to be given, instead of involving ourselves in all these evil practices. That's what I call it. Putting different things in our eyes in an attempt to heal an eye ailment. Another one is eye infection. So many things can trigger infection in our eye, like the one I first talked about, which is just like dust particles, which are irritants. Smoke, anything that causes air pollution is an irritant. Chemical splash into the eye can cause an infection itself can be transferred through airborne and even through dust into our eyes. And what are the symptoms of this infection is what I've just explained: the itching, watering discharge, eye redness, it might got swollen, and eye will be discharging purulently. That is, you might wake up in the morning and your eyelid might got stick together with discharge. All these are signs and symptoms of infection. If you have such, just go to the nearby clinic. Let it be adequately treated in time, or else you might lose your vision. Another one I want to talk about, among all those silent habits that can easily make your vision to be getting worse every single day, is hypertension and diabetes. Hypertension and diabetes usually destroy the blood vessels that supply the retina with blood, oxygen, and nutrients. And when there's a destruction to these blood vessels, retina will be deprived of blood, nutrient, and oxygen supply. And it's just like locking someone in a room without giving the person food or water. For a long period of time, that person will die. That is exactly what leads to retinopathy, and macular degeneration. And all these are the light sensitive tissue that is located at the back of our eye that help to transform our visual signal into a neural signal, so that optic nerve can pick it and take it to the brain for interpretation. So diabetes and hypertension should be well controlled. Make sure, if you are suffering from diabetes or hypertension, make sure your blood pressure is under control, and as well your blood sugar is under control. Another one is eye makeup. Most of our women nowadays are fond of different eye makeups, like they call some mascara, eyeshadow, some still use eye pencil, and series of kind of makeup that they put in the eye. All these things result into irritants that can trigger inflammatory reaction, trigger infection that can easily lead to blindness. Even some go to the extent of tattooing the eyeball. I've seen like a case of that. The lady went to the extent of tattooing the eyeball in the name of fashion. These things can be detrimental to our eyesight. Please, let's take note and let's take caution. It is very, very important. Another one we shall be talking about is inadequate diet. We need some nutritious diet in our daily food that can improve the function of the retina. Retina is the light sensitive tissue that is located at the back of the eye that plays a vital role in transforming a visual signal, into a neural signal to be transported into the brain by optic nerve for interpretation. And anything that can improve the function of this retina will surely improve your vision. What are these nutritious diets we need to be taking? We need regular intake of diet that are very rich in vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, antioxidants, anthocyanin, lutein, zeaxanthin, magnesium, potassium, folate, omega-3 fatty acid, and all of these nutrients are very, very important for our eye function, for our visions to be improved on a daily basis. Another one we shall be talking about is ignoring regular eye checkup. Like I've been saying, I say any prognosis to any ailment is early. It can be better when it is earlier detected. Please, when you go for regular eye examination, There are some things that has been silently destroying your vision without you realizing it. It is when you go for regular eye examination that it can be detected earlier and appropriate treatment can be applied. So let's learn to go for regular eye examination. Your visual acuity will be done, your intraocular pressure will be done, your perimetry will be done for you, which is assessing your visual field. If you are gradually losing your vision without knowing, on regular examination you will surely detect that. Like the World Health Organization recommend it for an individual to go for regular eye examination twice in a year, not until when you begin having some eye discomfort before you go to the clinic for eye examination. It is mandatory, it is necessary. Let's go for regular eye examination. Eye diseases like glaucoma can only be detected when you go for regular eye examination. That's what we call it, a thief of the eye or silent eye killer, and most of people might not realize this. Don't wait until it is too late. Let's learn to go for regular eye examination for appropriate treatment, so that if there's any illness, it can be earlier detected and appropriate treatment can be applied. If this is the first time of you just watching my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and comment on my video. If you have any opinion, just put it right at the comment section and I will respond to your opinion as quickly as possible. If you have any question, put it at the comment section and I pray God will